Cascade. In the last 6 meetings dating back to 2013 when Regina entered the River Valley Conference with Cascade. Cascade 5-1 since those meetings. One postseason meeting came at first round of state back on March 10th, 2015. Regina won it 45-32. We'll be back with more and get you ready for this one here tonight. The introductions by the fine PA man at Macokota being wrapped up here. Bob Gavin. We are back after this from KFCH Sports. Within studio producer Ashley Vick, John Swisher, Matt Nauman back with you inside Macokota High School Gymnasium. Cascade Cougar basketball as the Cougars get ready to take on the Running Regals of Iowa City, Regina. As Cascade, 5 state appearances in the last 7 seasons, trying to get back to another sub-state game for the 8th year in a row. As Cascade coming out on the floor, Regina's out there now. Greg Murray, Todd Raby of Cedar Rapids, Tim Ebling from Dubuque are the officials. The tap is hit left to right, and Regina controls it. We are underway in this Class 2A District 8 final here tonight at 7:01. As Regina has the ball, going right to left here, as in their navy with the gold trim, white numbers. Cascade, their home team here on the scoreboard, as they're in their traditional white uniforms. The navy numbers, the gold trim. This is Zach Seaman now out to Kirschman, the leading scorer on this game for Regina. 12 points a game. 2-3 zone here, active right away. Regina's not getting much of a look. There's a little shot inside, up and good. Got the 7-footer. Zach Seaman, 5th averager on the year, as Seaman comes in just under 6 points a game. This is Cascade now with Huffman. Left side to Gannon O'Brien. Right side, Huffman looks. And now Simon for a 3. Got it to go, and he's fouled. Brock Simon knocks it down. Simon with his 15th three of the year. And he'll go to the line to shoot for the 4-point play.
Coach Dolphin not happy with the call from the officials. He's arguing that Simon fell on his own.
Jared Galpin in his first year. He was a head coach for assistant coach for Stu Orban and Randy Larson, the two previous coaches at Regina. Brock Simon gets that one to go for the 4-point play as the 2-point lead, the largest here so far in this game for Cascade. 6:14 counting, quarter one. Out for a three, up top. That's good. Splash City. Mason Miller gets the three ball, his 56, team leading 56-3 of the season, and it's a 1-point lead. We've had two lead changes already in this game, as we're not even 2 minutes in. 6:20 and counting, quarter number one. All the way in, Supel up and good. Johnny Supel makes that lead change number 3 as the Cougars lead by 1. A close game predicted. You look at the numbers. If you pay attention to BC Moore, they favor Regina by about a point. So a close one expected by pretty much everybody here tonight. A left wing three, no good off the backside. Rebounded by Kopis as the Cougars now have it. Going left to right. Hoffman. Right side to Supel. Tries to save it. Supel could not get it before it bounced out of bounds, and turnover there will go back Regina basketball. 6-5 Cascade. 5:51 to go. This facility built in 2008, as I mentioned earlier. Sage Rosenfels, a 1996 graduate of Makoka, 2001 quarterback of Iowa State. Veteran in the NFL for 10 to 14 years. Helped out money-wise with this facility, and it shows. Very nice facility here in Makoka as Regina has the ball. Going right to left. Cascade a little bigger in the enrollment numbers. They are enrollment of 196 in Class 2A schools. Regina at 189. The second-ranked Cougars, the 10th-ranked London Regals of Iowa City, Regina, according to the Cedar Rapids Gazette. There's a ball poked away by Kopis. Off and running. He's going to have it batted away. Simon gets it back. Now it's lost in the air. That's going to go out of bounds. Ooh, my. They're going to call a foul. It was out of bounds off of Regina, but a foul called. A holding foul on the arm called on. That'll be on Brock Simon. So Simon picks up the first foul for Cascade. Each team has one foul here. 6-5 Cascade. 5:10 and counting. Quarter number one. That was a tough one there. Good physical play underneath.
Boy, obviously they're letting them play early. That was a tough call. Going against Cascade. One good sign for Cascade, we see Gannon O'Brien out there. Rumor has it around the school he had stomach flu yesterday and would not have been able to play if we played last night.
There is a three, so a blessing there as Regina decided to cancel early. They wanted to make sure the roads were going to be all right. They were concerned. Cascade wanted to wait a little longer, but they decided to be safe, and here we are tonight. A missed three. It was blocked out of bounds. Regina basketball. Evan Bronze is in now. The big fella, 6'8", sophomore, averages 10. As he didn't play a whole lot. He was bothered by an injury. He still scored 12 points in that game in the first meeting this year when the Cougars took down Regina 69-50 back on December 19th. Offensive foul there as driving in was the Regina player, Zach Seaman. He'll pick up his first. And we go back the other way. Good defense by the Cougars.
Yeah, Gannon O'Brien stepped in and took the charge to prevent the two-point play by Iowa City Regina.
As leading the way the first time these two teams played for Cascade, Johnny Supel had a great night of 24 points. Harris Huffman had 17 points way back on December 19th. As that contest was in Cascade, the 69-50 win. Cougars lead by one here, 6-5, 4.5 to go. Here in this quarter number one. The winner moves on to Saturday night inside Seedorf Gymnasium in Manchester. Take on the winner of Beckman Wacom. They're battling tonight at Western Dubuque High School. There's a drive, and no good. O'Brien on the left side puts it up. He is fouled in the air. He'll go to the line to shoot two. As Gannon O'Brien, the fourth leading scorer, coming in for this Cascade offensive lineup, as O'Brien shoots 64% on the line here. The foul was called on Jacoa Kirschman, his first. O'Brien sinks the free throw. He'll have one more. Gannon O'Brien, 512 career points, top 30 all-time in the history of boys basketball at Cascade, 264 rebounds. He's in the top 20 of that category. 2-point lead here for the Cougars. Make that three. O'Brien splashes home the second one. And the largest lead at 3 now. 8-5 for Cascade. 4:10 and counting, quarter number 1. Regina comes back. Left side. This is Jake Phillips. Now Phillips, right-handed hip-high dribble, top of the key. Stutter step, now back up left side. Bryce Barnett in there. We saw him splash a couple threes against Monticello Thursday night in Cascade, and this is going to be an on-the-floor foul. Baseline inbounds underneath. What a veteran official, classy official. We saw him a week ago tonight. Kevin Barnes and I, as we did Anamosa girls basketball, he was there heading that crew. Just one of our favorites to watch as the foul was called on Derek Copus. Here's the ball batted away. Brock Simon comes away with it. Turnover there for Regina. As the Cougars have it in form of Copus up top. It's Copus, O'Brien, Supple, Huffman, and Simon. The starting 5 in there. Not a sub in yet for Cascade with 3.5 to go in quarter 1. 3-point lead, 8-5 Cougars. Here's O'Brien for a 3, left wing. Spins around, pops out. Bronze with the rebound. And Regina comes back the other way. And the former Mason Miller, a sophomore. A younger team for Iowa City Regina. On the playing floor-wise, they do have 11 seniors on the roster. As this ball is going to be knocked away, but on the arm foul called on Harris Huffman. He'll pick up his first. Team number 3 on the line is Evan Bronze. As Evan Bronze will shoot 2 here. He's the 6'8" sophomore. As Evan Braun, third leading scorer, 69% for the free throw line. That one bounces around and dances off left side. He'll have one more. Back at the line. Bronze here. And the second one is good. Now the Cougars come back with O'Brien bringing it up. Man-on-man pressure there. They just clear out the floor to the other end. O'Brien brings it up. Simon now back to O'Brien. Right side, Supple, 8-6, 2-point lead. Dribbling in, losing his balance. Now getting rid of it. Left side, here's Simon. Simon now drives, pulls up, left elbow. Supple wide open 3, no good. Bounces off front side, and O'Brien there for the rebound. Puts it up, good. Gannon O'Brien, his first field goal of the night. Cougars with the 4-point lead, their largest lead in the ballgame.
I think Coach Brendel's content to play 5 guys all night long. I don't think he's going to go as deep as he did the other night.
A little jumper in the lane. It rattles around and goes on down. Off the right hand of Evan Bronze. Bronze's first field goal. He's got 3 points. As up top with it is Copus. O'Brien left side to Supple. 2:25 and counting quarter 1. 10-8, 2-point lead here. Favor the Cougars. Baseline drive. Supple. Double team there. He's going to try to put it up, a little contact, and they get the foul called. Evan Bronze going to get the foul called. Good heads-up move in there by Johnny Supple going for that contact. They call on the floor, though, as Supple wanting to shoot. Are we shooting? No. A little confusion there. We are out of bounds. No shot. Supple was going for that shot, but they say it was on the floor before he got himself up in the air. Huffman will inbound it. 2-point lead, 2:19 to go. It's thrown in behind the defender. Tapped to Cascade. Cascade's got the bigger crowd here tonight on the side away from the benches, on the side where we are. Here at Maquoketa High School Gymnasium, the bigger student section as well to our left. A neon bright color shirt out here for Cascade student section. Not many students here for Regina. There's a 3 left side, no good. Rebounded by Miller. Miller, left side. This is Barnett. Top of the key dribble. Now back to Miller. Started by Huffman. 10-8 Cougars. 1:45 and counting here in quarter number 1. Now inside. Back out. Bronze loses the handle of it. Derek Copus might have got a fingernail on that one as well. Simon comes up with it. Copus for a left corner 3. Bucket! Rolled around and dropped on down off the right hand of Derek Copus. His first field goal of the game as Derek Copus is 42nd. 3 of the season. He's tied 13th for best single season all time. He's got 63 threes, now 64 threes. He's 13th on the all-time list for three-pointers in his career at Cascade. 13-5, largest lead of 5. Bronze cuts it to 3 now with the left hand hook from the left side as Braun's got 5 points now. And the Cougars lead to 3, 13-10.
Braun's is a good-looking sophomore. Boy, he's got good feet for a 6'8" kid.
As up top, here's O'Brien looking. Right side to Simon. 45 seconds and counting here in quarter number 1. 13-10. Cougars have the lead. Now Simon. Left side pass to O'Brien. Bryant in the lane. Passes out to Supel. Almost a travel. He drives in. And it's blocked away by Braun. Right hand on the left side, and Braun's got it out of there. There's a foul. Reaching call on Kopis as Barnett was bringing it up the floor. Kopis will get called for his second foul, team number 2, as Reed Roush ready to sprint in there as Coach Brindle tells him to get in there for Kopis with 30 seconds remaining. You don't want to get another quick one here if you're Derek Kopis. 30 seconds to go, 13-10 lead for Cascade here in this Class 2A District 8 final. Check in with Bill Logan, getting updates here. He is live on KMCH.com right now, bringing you the Beckman and Waukon game at Western Dubuque High School in Epworth tonight. We'll get updates from Bill. As nothing else in our coverage area on this Wednesday night, we'll have a doubleheader tomorrow night on KMCH and KMCH.com. West Delaware Marion 3A, and in 2A, it'll be Egco, 1A will be Egco and Wapsie Valley. 5 seconds. Here's a 3 left wing at the buzzer now. No good. Off the mark from Jake Phillips. That's the way our first quarter comes to a close. Cascade, the 3-point advantage. We go to quarter number 2, 13-10 Cougars. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. John and Matt back with you from Maquoketa High School. 13-10. Cougars have the 3-point lead. They led by as much as 5 in that first quarter of play. O'Brien, Supel, Huffman, Roush, and Simon to 5. There's a 3, no good. Spins in, pops out. Roush got his fingertips on it, but it goes into the hands of a Regina player. And the Eagles come back with it the other way. Inside the timeline. Up top with it is Miller. Started by O'Brien in the extended 2-3 zone. Now left side, Zach Seaman, who has a bucket. Evan Bronze has 5 points. Mason Miller has 3 for the Cougars. 4 points for Simon, 2 for Supel, 4 for O'Brien, and a 3 for Kopis in that first frame. 13-10 Cascade, 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Up top, Regina being patient, see what they can get. And near travel there, 3 by Miller, got it to go. That one from the Baldwin area as Miller dials long distance for his second triple of the game. He's got 6, and we're tied for the first time at 13. Driving in, Supel, contact there as he drives to the rack. No shot, he'll be on the floor. Supel, good aggressive penetration that time, and a foul is called on Blake Behrens as Behrens picks up his first. That is team number 5. The Cougars have 4. We're tied at 13, 6:47 to go. Evan Bronze comes back in for Regina. Regina lost first round a year ago. There's a 3, top of the key by Gannon O'Brien. 3 ball for O'Brien, averaging 8.9 a game. And here is a contact foul called inside as Bronze had the basketball going up with it. And they call the foul on Harris Huffman. That'll be his second, correct? As Harris Huffman will get the foul called on him. His second it is. Team foul number 5. 16-13 Cougars. Here is a first free throw up and good by Bronze. He's 2 of 3 now from the line. He's got 6 points. 6:36 to go, quarter number 2. Ryan Schooley, named after the greatest second baseman of all time, Ryan Sandberg, wearing that number 23, is in there. As Bronze gets the free throw to go in, Ryan Schooley comes in this game for Regina. He averages 3 points a game. Cascade now by 1. 16-50 inside to Huffman. Got rid of it to Simon. Step back 3. Simon no good. Off the mark, front side rebound though by Roush. Reed will skip past it left side to O'Brien. Now Huffman, short corner. Huffman kicks it out. Roush gets to the extra pass to Supple. He drives in, loses the ball. It's taken away by Regina. Near travel there, but Regina will have the basketball. Jake Phillips has the ball. Regina gets it back going right to left. 16-15 Cascade, 1 point advantage. 6 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. John Swisher, Matt Nauman, Tom Swisher along with you tonight inside Maquoketa High School Gymnasium for this Class 2A District 8 final. Here's a 3, top of the key. This one from Monmouth, no good, but tipped in, tipped up by Schooley. That's no good. Rolls out the backside, and the Cougars get the rebound. Huffman up ahead to Simon. Dangerous pass. Miller knocks it away. And Miller now will bring it up over the timeline. Miller right side. Thought about a 3 there. Phillips now driving in. Left corner for the 3. No good. In and out. Backside rebound by Huffman. And the Cougars have it. Going left to right. Up top with it now is Huffman. 16-15. 1 point lead. 5:20 to go. Here in quarter number 2. Huffman being aggressive again. Turn around. Drop step move. Put up. Blocked away by big fella Bronze. And Regina has it. And Simon almost got away with a reach in there. Now a near carry called. Carey not called there. Coach Brindle and the staff want it. Tim Ebling telling him, I didn't see it. Left wing for the 3. No good off the backside. Huffman skying for the rebound off the miss of Jake Phillips. And now the Cougars come back with it. Simon will slow it down here. And I wondered, Coach Brindle taking the timeout here. A timeout on the floor, the first one. It'll be a short one, a 30-second timeout. Offensively here, what do you look for? You look for the Cougars to be a little more patient. They've been trying to go inside the last couple of times. It worked early on. The last time, not so much. What do you look for here?
I think Coach Brendle's got to slow this game down. He's playing 6 guys. Right now, Regina's going 9-10 deep, and they want to run up and down the court to tire out our 5 or 6 players that we're going to play. We're going to slow it down and play our game. We're going to go back to the old Coach Al Marshall game, get this thing into the 30s or 40s, and hope to win it on our last possession.
Al Marshall, Hall of Famer, in attendance tonight. Shook his hand and said hello on the way by to his seat down in front of us here. Season's his second season out, but he's been to a lot of games in the last 2 years. He's at that sub-state game when Cascade beat Dyke New Hartford last year in Independence. As in a district final a year ago, Cascade with that 3 overtime thrilling win in Manchester to beat Beckman. Here's Supple, no good. That's going to be backside rebound attempt that's knocked out of bounds by Regina. It'll be Cascade basketball going left to right. It's Craig Murray, the sideline official, makes the call. 4:35 to go, quarter 2, 16-15. 1 point Cougar lead.
As most Cougar fans would know, the young Austin Cook is in the game. That would be Marv Cook's youngest son, a sophomore, I do believe.
He is a freshman. 6'4", freshman Ashton Cook. We saw him come in. He didn't play much varsity ball at all year, and he came in and played in that game against Monticello, the 70-35 win in the semifinals Thursday night to get them here. Cascade beat West Branch 61-51 the same night. As that foul was called on Ashton Cook. His first, team number 6, Simon on the line. He makes his first one. He's got one more. 5 points on the night for the senior, Brock Simon. Simon getting looks from Iowa Conference and NAIA schools for both basketball and baseball. No good off the back of the rim there. 2 of 3 from the line for Simon. as the Cougars back on defense with a 2-point lead. 17-15. One tie, 4 lead changes in this game. Cougars have had a lead as much as 5. Regina's largest lead has been 2. And this ball batted away. Reed Roush playing some good defense out there. Cook gets it back for Regina as they set up the offense here. And the zone is extended out for Cascade. Miller dead with it, top of the key. He's going to shoot the off-balance jumper and got to go. How about that? The 17-footer, no one was around him. They went away, and he took advantage of it. Miller gets his 3rd field goal, his first 2-pointer. He's got himself 8 points, and we're tied for the 2nd time in this game at 17.
That's a good-looking sophomore point guard.
No doubt. Simon drives, puts it up, contact in the air from the near side official. Coach Galpin saying that's the baseline official's call. That's not going to get any, make any friends with the officials when you're telling officials what zone that you can call in and you can't call in. You see a foul on a shooter, you're going to call it.
Exactly right. And a 3-man crew, you're taught if you see the foul, you call it. You've got zones, but if you see it, you blow the whistle.
Here's Simon. Got it to go. He'll have one more. Brock Simon, 3 of 4. As Barnett and Phillips back in for Regina. One more for Simon. Cougars lead by 1 again. 18-17. Our 5th lead change of the night. And this one is up and rattles around. No good off the left side. A miss for Simon there. Cougars by 1. 3.5 to go. Quarter number 2.
I'm a little surprised Coach Gulpin it doesn't have the big fella in playing more minutes. Rumor around Cascade that he was also under the flu bug yesterday.
Left side. That would make sense. We wondered about that. Kirshen now up top. Miller, right side. Barnett. Now inside, right elbow. Kicking it out is Phillips. 3 minutes to go. Regina being content with it. Cascade playing good defense, not getting any gaps in that 2-3 zone right now. There's Kirshen. Roush getting out to him. He steps to the right, and the 3 is airballed out the backside. Rebounded by O'Brien up ahead to Simon. Simon slows it down the corner, gets it out to Supel for a 3. Johnny, no good off the front of the rim. He's still looking for a second basket tonight. That's going to be contact called on Reed Roush as the foul on the other end is going up for the shot. That time was the big boy Blake Behrens. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. As Roush, the first one, team foul number 6. On the line is Behrens. Behrens no good off the back of the rim that time as he'll have one more. Blake Behrens, the 5th leading scorer with under 5 a game. 6th leading scorer with under 5 a game. He's a 44% free throw shooter.
Wagner back in the lineup for Iowa City Regina.
And the free throw no good. Too hard at the back of the rim, rebounded by Roush. So Behrens misses 2, and the Cougars still ahead by 1. 2.5 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Coach Brindle, another key here. Here is Huffman for a 3. No good. Almost banked it in. Roush getting the rebound, though. Simon has it up top. Simon will try to set it up here. Huffman looking. But Brindle, another factor here tonight is get ahead early, try to have a halftime lead. The 3 times that Regina lost this year, they were down at halftime each time in their 3 losses on the season. To Cascade the first time, also to Solon back on January 13th, and to Cedar Rapids Xavier on January 6th. That's the biggest loss, 81-52. And here's a foul going to be called as a moving screen here called on Reed Roush. He'll pick up his 2nd. And we go back the other way, but first a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout here called by Iowa City Regina as 4 timeouts for each team here. With about 2 minutes to go in this game, Cascade with the 1-point lead, 18-17. Regina losing first round a year ago. They were in the sub-state game against Andalusa. Cedar Rapids Washington High School. The Blue Raiders won that year as they were 4th place in Class 2A Anamosa won by 11 that year. A 22-5 record. That's their best record for Regina back in 2015 when they were Class 2A runner-up to Trainer, and they lost by 5. That was the year they beat Cascade first round on March 10th, 2015, by the score of 45-32. Cougars lead by 1 here, 18-17, 140 and counting. Quarter number 2. Left side is Miller. Now Bronze, the big fella, guarded by Supple. Left side. Now Roush almost got his hands on it. Here's double dribble, shouldn't it? No, we're going to get an offensive foul. Must have been tipped away by Roush. Bronze, though, gets it back and throws his elbow into Reed Roush. He didn't like the peskiness that time, and Bronze will pick up his foul. That's his second foul.
That's just where Coach Brundle wants Bronze, out about 16 to 18 feet from the basket. We'll let him do damage out there.
18-17, 1:37 to go here in this second quarter. O'Brien will bring it up. Now Kopis, right side. This is Huffman driving in, two-handsy. Yeah, I thought so. Thought that should be coming there as they call the foul on 33, Nick Wagner, I believe. And it is. Wagner, another one of those sophomores that didn't play much in the regular season, as Wagner only had 30 points, averaging under 3 a contest in the regular season. Huffman, no good off the back of the rim, the 1-on-1. And Regina gets the rebound there as Huffman misses a free throw. He is scoreless on the night, leading scorer with 12.5 a game. Remaining scoreless here for Cascade. They lead by a point, 1:13 to go. This ball is tipped out of bounds by the Cougars as Regina will take it inbounds underneath as Wagner will do the honors.
Huffman might be scoreless, but he does a lot of the intangibles for the Cougars.
Right corner, looking now. Now dribbling up the right wing is Jake Phillips. Left side, Miller. 1 minute and counting. Back to Phillips. Inside, Wagner knocked away by O'Brien. Supple got his paws on it. It's pinballed around. O'Brien saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Simon on the tip. Now right side, Supple drives. He'll kick it left side to Simon. Now O'Brien in the corner. 40 seconds and counting. The 1-point lead. Battle these River Valley Conference teams here tonight. Cross-division style as a little jumper in the lane by Simon, 6 feet out, left it short. And the Regals come up with it. 30 seconds and counting here in quarter 2. Miller has it up top. 18-17, the 1-point lead here for Cascade. Left side is Jake Phillips. Now right side is Bryce Barnett. Just playing catch with it up top with 10 seconds and counting in this first half of play. A score update from Epworth. Wacom leading Beckman by 3 at halftime, 29-27. Little floater from 13 feet inside the lane. That's Jake Phillips, got it to go. The three-quarter court shot, no good by Cascade. So Phillips gets his first bucket, a 2-pointer there. And we go to halftime with the lead. Regina up by 1, 19-18. They outscore Cascade 9-5 in that second quarter. And they take a lead, our 6th lead change of the contest, as 19-18 is our score. Once again, Wacom leading Beckman in Western Dubuque High School tonight, 29-26. We'll come back with stats, talk about what we saw in the first 2 quarters. Cascade down by 1 at halftime. This Class 2A District 8 final. We're back after this from KMC Sports. to Maquoketa. John Swisher, Matt Nauman, statistician Tom Swisher along here for high atop inside Maquoketa High School Gymnasium in Jackson County as the Cougars trail by 1 at halftime, 19-18, the 1-point lead for Iowa City. Regina as Cascade with the 3-point lead after one quarter, 13-10. Regina outscoring the Cougars 9-5 in the second frame with a 1-point lead here at halftime. That first half featured 2 ties and 6 lead changes for Cascade offensively. 4 scorers in the column, led by Brock Simon with 6 and Gannon O'Brien with 6 as well, as both of them have a 3-ball. Another 3 for Derek Kopis as he has 3 points and 2 points for Johnny Supel. For Iowa City, Regina, they're led by Mason Miller as Miller comes in the second leading scorer with near 12 a game. He's got 8, 7 for Evan Bronze, 2 for Zach Seaman, and 2 for Jake Phillips. 4 in the column for Iowa City. Regina, they have had 2 3-pointers so far in this game. The Cougars have had 3, as I mentioned, as the bench points here so far. None for, I checked that, 7 as Bronze comes off the bench. So 7 for Iowa City, Regina, and 0 for Cascade as we take a look at some of the other numbers here.
Boy, it's been cold shooting for Cascade. On field goals, they're 2 of 9 for 25% and only 3 of 11 from the 3-point range for 27%. Regina, on the other hand, is shooting 5 of 6 on the field goals from 2-point range and 2 of 8, 25% from the 3-point line. Both teams struggling from the 3-point line. The Cougars in the second half will definitely have to get that shooting fixed. The big guy, I think, has altered some of their shots inside. When he's been in the game, Cascade has not been able to drive the lane and dish out like they like to get that open 3. But what you expected tonight, Swish, a real tight game between 2 conference foes.
Yes, indeed. 19-18, the 1-point lead here for Iowa City, Regina, as the Regals are playing in their 6th district final since 2007. In the 5 previous ones, they're 3-2. Cascade in district final since 2009, 8 of them. They're 7-1. Their only loss came in 2009 as they lost in that district final to Beckman by 5, a team that was 20-5. As Cascade trying to get to the state tournament for the 6th time in 8 seasons. They have one more step if they can get by tonight, as that would be a meeting with either Beckman or Waukon on Saturday night at West Delaware High School. Long ways to go here tonight. Beckman trailing at halftime in their game at Western Dubuque High School in Epworth tonight, as Waukon beating them by the score of 29-26. Halftime continues here. The third quarter is on the way. 19-18, Regina, the 1-point lead. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. Along with in-studio producer Ashley Vick, John Swisher, Matt Nauman back with you from Maquoketa High School Gymnasium Cascade coming in with a record of 21-1, the number 2 team in Class 2A. Their 23rd game here tonight. Regina is 18-3 in their 22nd game, as the Cougars were 16-1 in the River Valley Conference. As Iowa City Regina was 16-1 overall as well. 11-0 in the South Division, good for first place. Cougars won their 4th out of 5 years in the River Valley Conference Championships, including the last 2 seasons. They were 9-1 in the North Division this year, as both teams have a record of 1-0 in neutral style. Cascade's 9-1 in road games. Regina's 8-2 in road games, as the Cougars coming in averaging 61 points a game. Regina 65 points a game. 1 point lead for Regina at halftime as they get the ball here to start the third quarter. Up and in, and Bronze off the window and good. And Evan Bronze has his first bucket of the second half, 9 points now. And the largest lead for Regina on the night goes to 3, 21-18. We had 6 lead changes and 2 ties in that entertaining first half. Super 4-3. Got it to go. Nothing but nylon. Top of the key. Johnny Supple. He's got 5 points. His first 3. They need him to heat up a little bit. He comes in the third leading score. We talked about Harris Huffman. They're doing a nice job on him as well. Huffman has no points here in the third quarter, early third quarter. Coming in leading the way with 12 points. Bronze. Strong off the back of the rim with the left hand. And you can tell what the focus was offensively for Regina the halftime talk, huh?
Wow, pounded into Bronze, and in the start of this second half, they've gone to him twice, and he's delivered both times.
After our third tie, our 7th lead change now, 23-21. Supple, right side to Huffman. Huffman now will drive, lost the handle of it, but bounced it to Kopis. It's Kopis, Supple, Huffman, Simon O'Brien, the original starting 5, and then too much contact. On the arm foul call is O'Brien on the left elbow. As Simon, I should say, the left elbow, had that arm on him. He kind of threw his left arm and drew the attention to it. And Coach Galpin saying, how about the offensive foul? And Mr. Ebling, the veteran official, says that contact was initiated by your man first. 6.5 to go, third quarter. 23-21, Super for another 3. No trim. O'Brien fighting for it. Incidental contact in the air there as he collides with the Miller. Miller hit the floor hard as on his left shoulder. There's a baseline jumper. Bronze, no good. Left is short. Cougars will take that. Force him out to shoot that jumper all day. Here's Huffman getting over the timeline. He almost tripped on the defender. Miller coming up the court. 23-21, Regina, 6-10 and counting here in quarter number 3.
I can see why the Bronze kid's getting some looks at D1. He can use both that right hand and that left hand. Very effective.
29-minute first half. We're early third quarter. Here's a steal away. Bronze gets it up ahead. Going in is Phillips. He is fouled by Harris Huffman. And Phillips will go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be the third on Harris Huffman. 23-21, 5:53 to go here in this third quarter. That's another factor. Harris had to sit a little bit with those 2 fouls in that first half as well, as the 23-21 lead here for Regina. Up and good. Nothing but net there for Phillips. He'll have one more. 3 points on the night for Jake Phillips, as Phillips, 6 points a game, 4th on the list, 56% free throw shooter, 24-21, 5:53 to go in the third. This one bounds around. That's going to be a foul call. A good foul called there. And Blake Barons, there'll be a second pushing in the back on Reed Roush, I believe. We go back the other way. Second foul on Regina here in the second half as they take a 3-point lead again, 24-21, 5:50 and counting here in the third quarter. Kopis will bring it up. Over the timeline, behind the back dribble. Kopis will hand it off to O'Brien. Little contact there, nothing doing. Now O'Brien drives left side. Supple, baseline drive, kicks it back out. O'Brien thought about the 3. He'll dribble in, takes the 16-foot jumper, no good. Off front, rebounded by Miller. We go back the other way. Here's Kirshen. We've talked about Huffman, the leading scorer. Jokoa Kirshen. Here's a steal by Roush. Got his paws on it, knocks it away, gets it to O'Brien. Jokoa Kirshen, the leading scorer for Regina, also scoreless so far in this game. So both leading scorers without a point. O'Brien dribbles it inside, loses it off his leg and out of bounds. A 30-second timeout here called for Coach Brindle. Regina with the lead, 24-21, 5:16 to go here in quarter number 3. The winner moves on to Cedar Gymnasium for the sub-state game on Saturday night inside West Delaware High School. Last check at halftime, Waukegan was leading Beckman 29-26. A little more points here than we've seen in Maquoketa as Regina trying to get to their 10th state tournament all time. They have a 20-11 record there. Cascade has been to 9 state tournaments. They have a mark of 6-11 with 1 championship contest, as Regina has 3 titles in the history of Regina basketball, 76, 78, and 79. They won 2 when they were Iowa City St. Mary's back in 1956 and 1957. Regina has the ball going left to right. 5 minutes and counting here in the third. This one is knocked away out of bounds by a hustling Copus. And it'll stay Regina basketball going left to right. 5:04 to go, third quarter. 24-21, the 3-point lead for Regina. Miller gets the inbound.
Cascade looks like they got to get a little more active, both offensively and defensively. It looks like they're doing a lot of standing around here at the start of the second half, and Iowa City Regina taking full advantage.
Pass right side to Miller. O'Brien tight on him. A left-handed dribble up top. Battle of Clark's 2A. Top-ranked teams here. Top 10 ranked. Number 10 Regina. Number 2 Cascade. Blocked out of bounds by Simon as Miller driving in the lane. Simon rose up and knocked it out of bounds. The 3-point lead here for Regina. 4:39 to go in the third. The baseline inbounds. The official getting the Regina player closer to him to inbound it. And now up top with his Miller. Now left side. This is Barnett. Left side to Phillips. Phillips surveying. Copus, Simon, O'Brien, Supple, and Roush are out there for Cascade. Hesitation dribble. Now back out is Phillips. He's on the right wing, guarded by Simon. Drives, picks up his dribble. Now back out to Miller. Swing pass, left side. Now left corner. Schooley getting inside. No contact, nothing doing up in the air. Skying for the rebound is Johnny Supple. 2 feet out, he got it. Off and running Cougars. O'Brien will slow it up left wing. Gets it inside. Supple loses the handle of it with a defender right on him. O'Brien for a 3. No good. Bounces off front side. Rebounded by Blake Behrens, and Regina comes back. Cascade still down by 3, 24-21. And here's a reach-in foul called up top on Brock Simon as Brock picks up his second. That'll be the second team foul as well. 3:50 to go here in the third quarter. 3-point Regina lead, 24-21. Kirshen will inbound it right in front of the Regina coaching staff. Right side. Yep, that's a shuffle of feet. Good call by Mr. Murray. Shuffle the feet before he put the ball down to Bryce Barnett. And a turnover there for Regina as on the night. Turnover-wise for Regina.
They've got 6 turnovers. So both teams have played a pretty clean game. Cascade's only got 7 turnovers for the night.
There's a drive inside. Simon, good aggressive move on the left side. As a foul comes, a hacking foul up top called on Evan Browns. That'll be his third. So a good sign there for Cascade to get him some foul trouble. He'll have to come out. You think take advantage of it here. Simon on the line to shoot 2. He was 3 of 5 in the first half shooting from the free throw line. Simon coming in on the year, a 64% free throw shooter. The first one for Brock is up and no good. Too hard off the back of the rim. They'll have one more. Brock Simon, 523 career points, top 30 all time, 166 assists coming into the night. He's 15th all time on that list. And Simon also 17th, tied with Harris Huffman for 49 career threes. And there, the second free throw is good. 7 points for Simon, back to a 2-point lead. 24-22 Regina, 3.5 to go in quarter number 3. Now left wing. Left corner now, coming back up. Skip pass, Schooley to Miller. Miller now, guarded by Simon. Puts on the floor, left-handed, knee-high dribble. Pass the left side. Now up top with it is Phillips. All the way in. Blocked out of there by Reed Roush as he skied and got that block. Simon comes up with it. All the way in. That's been tipped away. Simon trying to get it. I thought in this one there, Christian looked like he touched it last. But it will be Regina basketball. That was a close one. As Simon looked like he got his hand out of the cookie jar at the last second. It looked like it was tapped out of bounds by Christian, but you have to play on. Life goes on.
Yes, it does. And, I think Tim Ebling did a nice job of that. You didn't see any argument out of Simon. Usually if it's a close one, Simon will be argumentative with the official.
Nice move, Scooley. Check that. That's Nick Wagner on a baseline drive. Almost stepped out of bounds, but kept his left foot in. He got the jumper, and now this is going to be a foul called on Kirshen. Jacoa Kirshen gets a second foul as O'Brien was just getting ready to go up for a shot. It was the pushing foul on the floor. Harris Huffman is out. Harris Huffman is back in, I should say. Reed Roush will take a breather. 4-point lead, largest of the night for Regina. 26-22, 2:38 to go, quarter number 3. Cascade trying to get back to a sub-state game Saturday night. Here's Simon for a three, no good. Left short, Supel on the baseline, right time, right place. Kicks it out to Copas for a three. That's no good. Off the backside, another rebound. Simon up. No good. Has it danced off the front of the rim. O'Brien fighting for it. Can go out of bounds. Will stay Cascade ball off of Miller. Another close one. Bang, bang there. This time it goes to Cascade. And the same official, Tim Ebling, right on the call. The Cascade basketball. Baseline inbounds underneath. 4-point lead, Regina. Still got a whole other quarter to go after this. So this low-scoring affair here tonight. 2:21 to go. Here's a pass inside. Supel going strong. Got it to go. Over the defender, Wagner that time. Johnny Supel gets his third field goal of the night. He's got 7. Back to a 2-point Regina lead. 26-24. Left side. This is Schooley, one of the members of the baseball team. Went to the state tournament. Got beat second round by Beckman as they won the title this year. As Regina beat Cascade in the regular season, there's a missed three, lost out of bounds. Missed three by Miller, lost out of bounds by Regina. Cascade basketball. As not meeting in football, of course, and Class 1A Regina is. They're a great tradition with Coach Marv Cook, the former Hawkeye. Two teams did meet. A lot of these same players on the baseball team. On June 22nd, 2017, down in Iowa City, Regina got the 4-1 win. 26-24 here, the 2-point lead. O'Brien has it up top. Looking for help. He's dead with his dribble. Now, O'Brien wanting a 5 call is Coach Galpin. Ooh, he's out on the floor. If one of the officials looking at him, they could almost tee him up. And this is going to be an off. Oh, no. Blocking foul. Good call there. Tim Ebling was called. Ooh. The officials did not confer. They usually raise their hands and look at each other. But Mr. Murray called the blocking foul on the baseline. Mr. Ebling was calling the offensive foul. It goes as a blocking foul. That's the third foul. That's a big one. Jacoa Kirschman.
That's why I don't agree with the Iowa High School Athletic Association. When you get to playoffs, you switch up officials. You don't work with the same guy you did all year long.
As officials are rated differently, there's a nice spin-around move, and Cascade has tied it up. Our 4th tie in the game at 26, and a nice move, the first bucket of the night by Harris Huffman.
Coach Galpin not happy with either call down on the other end. He thought it was a 5-second call and also thought it was an offensive foul. Neither one went Regina's way.
But Cascade has tied it up after trailing since the end of the second quarter. Miller has it up top, under 50 seconds and counting here in quarter number 3. We're knotted at 26. A score update for the end of the third quarter in Epworth. Beckman leading Waukon now by 3, 46-43. Right corner for the 3, no good. Off the backside, off the right hand of Bryce Barnett. And the Cougars come back with it. Here's Huffman for a 3. No good. Off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Regina. That was a quick 3 with 35 seconds to go. Huffman, a wide open look there, and you don't take that away from a guy who's made 19 threes in your leading score. Coach Galpin wants a timeout here at the end of the third quarter with only 25 seconds to go. The full timeout coming for Regina. We'll take a quick breather as well. Back after this from KMCH Sports. into Makokata. Final 20 seconds and counting here. Regina has the basketball going left to right. Now 5 seconds. Miller for a deep three from DeWitt. No good. Spins around, pops out. Could have been a foul there. There's a rebound by Roush. The Cougars and Regals tied. What a barn burner we have tonight in Jackson County. A low-scoring affair at 26 as we go to the fourth quarter. This is Cascade postseason basketball from KFCH Sports.
I'm curious how much.
Into the fourth quarter, Cascade gets the ball going right to left to start. We're knotted up at 26 here. Huffman with a jumper, 13 feet out, no down. Taken by Kirshen. And the Regals have it going left to right. Miller directing the offense, bringing it up over the Makokata Cardinal logo in the half court over the timeline. Going by Simon. Left-handed pass, left side to Phillips. Phillips, left corner. Here's a three. Taken. No good off the backside, off the arm of Zach Seaman. Rebound pinballs around, saved by Supel up ahead. And now a shot. That's no good by Kopis. He puts it up again. Gets another rebound with three jerseys right there. Great effort by Derek Kopis, winning that battle. Simon now drives in. Have to kick it out as he gets himself out of the lane. As there's a three right wing. Kopis got it to go! Derek Kopis with a three ball to start this fourth quarter. And the Cougars have their first lead since late in the second quarter, 29-26. As that is our eighth lead change. Here's a steal. Simon all the way in. Can't get it. Left it short right side. Regina gets it back and a reach in called on Brock Simon. Going for the ball from behind. And Simon will get called for the foul. As that'll be Simon's third of the game. As our eighth lead change in the contest has the Cougars up by three, 29-26. 6.5 to go in quarter four. The last score from Western Dubuque High School, Beckman beating Waukon at the end of the third frame, 46-43. Here's a step in front three, and the game is tied again. Our fifth tie of the game, Mason Miller, the sophomore, knots it up at 29. And here we go. Back and forth. 6:10 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Here's a pass, right side by Huffman. Huffman now, right side. Supel. Huffman. Kopis now. Supel brought about three. Drives in, low contact. Jump stop. Up and rattles around and good. Partially blocked from behind by the big fella Bronze. Somehow that ball went down. Johnny Supel with his fourth field goal of the night. He's got 7 of those in the second half. As he's got 9, 31-29, our ninth lead change here. As Cascade has the 2-point advantage. Inside, Bronze kicks it out. Kirshen thought about the three. Step to the side. Is that Simon in the air? There's a three ball. Good. We're tied again. Our sixth tie of the game on the step-away three by Kirschman. That's his first bucket of the game. Bringing it up is Huffman now. 32-31. They took the 1-point lead, I should say. On our 10th lead change, Supel has it stolen away right in front of him, Jake Phillips. Simon going to hammer him hard to get his fourth foul to prevent the easy layup, but that is 4 on Brock Simon. I'm not sure about that one. A lot of time left in this game. You're only down by 1. You want to challenge him, yeah, but you give up your fourth foul as one of the starters in Brock Simon. Very unselfish play by Brock, but I'm not sure if you want that right now with almost 5 minutes to go in the game.
And I know Coach Brendel would have rather seen him give up the layup than get that fourth foul. That puts Cascade in a pretty tough predicament with almost 5 minutes left and Simon with 4 fouls.
A full timeout, 32-31. 10 lead changes, 5 ties in this game. With a 1-point lead now, the full timeout called for Cascade. They'll have 2 remaining. As Cascade at 21-1, Regina at 18-3. Cougars trying to get back to another sub-state contest. It would be their 8th in a row. Update from Bill Logan. F4 tonight. Beckman leading by 5, 55-50 with 3 minutes to go in the game. So the 5-point lead for Beckman after they trailed by 3 at halftime. Here it was Cascade by 3 at the end of the first quarter. They trailed by 1 at halftime. We were tied heading into the fourth. And now it's 1-point lead for Regina. And on the line shooting will be Jake Phillips. As Phillips, his second time on the line. He's 1 of 2 so far. He's got 3 points. As Phillips coming in, the 4th leading scorer with 6 points tonight. He's a 57% free throw shooter. The free throw up and no good. Too hard up the back of the rim. He'll have one more. Subs coming in here. Schooley and Behrens for Regina. 4:55 to go in the game.
Swish on that last foul. Cascade dodged a bullet. The referees were discussing an intentional foul on Simon.
As there's Phillips. I wondered that for a second, but definitely going hard for the ball as he was in front of him and hammering down. As we got a hand check, pushing foul called up top. Called on Jake Phillips. That'll be his second. The 16th foul for the sideline out of bounds for the Cougars. Down to 33-31 Regina. 4:45 and counting here in the fourth quarter. O'Brien, handoff to Kopis up top. It's Kopis, O'Brien, Supel, Huffman, and Roush. The 5 with Blake Simon. Check that. Brock Simon on the bench with those 4 fouls. Here's O'Brien. He drives, kicks it left side. Roush thought about it, drives in, puts up the jumper off the window, and good. 1 foot up in the air. The old layup style, the right hand with the right knee coming up. Reed Roush gets his first field goal tonight, and we're tied up again. Our 6th tie up the game at 33.
Roush has played some quality minutes here this whole game.
As free throw line, now bouncing out the Miller is Behrens. Miller trying to come off a screen. It's going to be a moving screen. Too much contact called on Behrens, it looks like. As Miller is trying to go through it. Coach Galpin arguing about the call there, and Coach Mr. Ebling says, I don't think so. Now, Brock Simon coming back in. The foul was called on Blake Behrens. It'll be team foul number 7. As 17 fouls for Regina, so that's a bright spot for Cascade as well. They'll be shooting free throws here from here on out. We're tied at 33. Brock Simon is back in there. As here is Derek Kopis now. He'll get the inbounds from Huffman. Under 4 minutes to play here in this game. We're knotted up at 33. O'Brien up top. This is O'Brien for a 3. No good. Left it short, but the rebound goes right in the hands of Supel after it was touched by Behrens. Turn around. This ball knocked away. Turning back into the defender, Phillips. And got it knocked away. Regina has the ball. Going left to right. 3.5 to go. Here's a deep 3. This time from Baldwin again. Downtown Baldwin. No good. Off the backside. Rebounded by Cascade. And the Cougars come back going right to left. Simon. Hands off to O'Brien. O'Brien inside. Yep, a holding foul called. And Blake Behrens gets his 4th foul. Going to the line will be Johnny Supel with the game tied. 3:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Good, patient look there by Cascade trying to get a cutting Supel, and he was just simply held from behind.
Boy, Swish, 3 minutes left. you got to like the experience of Cascade. As you said, they've had a lot of postseason experience, 8 straight sub-states.
As Regina, that's why they're not that big of a factor in the experience. Can Cascade's experience overcome here tonight, propel them to the victory? The missed free throw by Supel gives Regina the ball, and Coach Galpin wants another timeout. A full time at OB. We're tied at 33, 3:13 to go. We'll take it back after this from KMCH Sports. Back into Maquoketa. We're tied at 33, just under 3 minutes to go in the game. John Swisher, Matt Nauman, statistician Tom Swisher. That's going to be a jump ball. Kopis at the jump ball as Bronze drove in. It'll stay Regina basketball. Baseline inbounds underneath. Great pesky hands by Derek Kopis inside, heavily outside, but he's able to get his hands on the basketball and force Regina to inbound it underneath.
Very active hands by the Cougars.
Indeed. Here is Simon answering a shot, staying away from the contact to avoid foul number 5. Beckman leading with 1:23 to go in Epworth, 60 to 56. 4-point lead. Beckman, a little over a minute to go. Here's Kopis driving. Jump stop. He's going to kick it out. He gets out of the lane to avoid the 3-second call. Here's a jump stop. Simon, turnaround jumper. 13-footer. Got it to go. Brock Simon with the 2-point basket there. He's got 9. Cougars back up by 2 as our 11th lead change here of the night, 35-33. 2-point Cascade lead inside Miller. Timeout first. Oh my, Coach Galpin called the timeout as a cutting Miller to the basket. But the timeout was just called before. They wave off the basket. Cascade gets a break there, or that would have been another tie in this game. What a big break for the Cougars there as Coach Galpin takes his final timeout. Still got one left that's showing here. So it's second to last timeout as the Cougars have 2 remaining.
Huge break for the Cougars. Swish, Lute Olson would be proud of this one. 35-33. Bring back 1980 of the Hawkeyes. The 4 corners. This has been an exciting game, but a very slow down, looking for that easy bucket, and they have not come easy by both teams.
35-33. 2 minutes to go here in this one. As the Cougars up by 2, Regina has it going left to right. What a barn burner tonight. We thought it'd be a doozy. BC Moore predicted a 1-point game, and here we are. 2-point lead for Cascade, under 2 minutes to go. Bronze has it knocked away, but getting it back, knocked away again. Double turnovers on the floor. They're fighting for it. And it'll be Cascade basketball. There's 5 bodies on the floor, and the Cougars come up with the tie ball.
As you see, Swish, 4 of those 5 bodies were white jerseys from the Cougars.
Some perspiration in the middle of that lane as Tim Ebling, the veteran official, recognized it. They'll just scuff it off with their shoes, and we go back the other way. It's Huffman, Simon, O'Brien, Supel, and Kopis, the 5 for the Cougars. 2-point lead, 1:51 to go. Here in this game, O'Brien gets it ahead to Supel. He slowly gets it over the timeline. He'll get it back to O'Brien. 2-point Cascade lead. Here's Kopis inside the logo of the Maquoketa Cardinals at half court. Right-handed dribble right side. Huffman takes a left-handed dribble, dead with his dribble down, guarded by Schooley. Up top inside the timeline, a left-handed dribble by O'Brien. He goes back the other way with the right-handed hip-high dribble. Now this is Supel. 125 and counting. Cascade by 2. Trying to get to the sub-state final on Saturday night. Too much contact there. The foul called on Schooley. 25 feet from the hoop. Going to the line will be Harris Huffman. Ryan Schooley picks up his first foul. Huffman will go to the line for his second time. Coming in the best free throw shooter on the team, the 80%er. This is who you want on the line if you're Cascade here.
Definitely. You want the ball in Harris Huffman or Gannon O'Brien's hands here. Two best free throw shooters for the Cougars.
As Huffman won the bonus, the 19th foul for Regina. First one's up, first one's good. One more coming for Huffman. It's a 3-point lead. Cascade 36, Regina 33. 2 timeouts remaining for the Cougars, 1 for Regina. 4 and 9 on the team fouls. Cascade only has 4. This one's up and good. A 4-point lead. 4-point lead. As 37-33, 4-point advantage, 1:15 and counting here in this game. And Cascade up top. Kirshen almost loses over timeline. It's off the foot of Simon, and it'll go back the other way. Kirshen lost it off the foot of Simon out of bounds, and it'll go Regina basketball. 1:08 to go here in the fourth. The 4-point Cascade lead. Miller up top. Guarded by Kopis. Miller. Back for a 3. Schooley. No good. Air banks it. Off the backside. Rebounded by O'Brien. O'Brien will go to the line to shoot. Double bonus here. 2 shots coming. 37-33, the 4-point lead. Now Tim Ebling is looking for who he called the foul on. Now the officials are conferring here up top. The double bonus, not sure what the confusion is here. 10 fouls now for Regina. 53.7 on the clock. Coach Brendel is meeting with 4 of his 5 players. O'Brien's on the line. Not sure what the confusion is here.
Boy, I don't know if they're looking at the kids. The kid's got 5 fouls or not, but we know Tim's not going to the TV monitor because in high school they don't have that.
Not going to find it over there at the bench as foul was called on Kirshen, his 4th. And the first free throw by O'Brien up and good. Gannon's 3 for 3 on the night. He's got 7 points. And the Cougars trying to steal this one away. They're up by 5. 56 seconds to go in the game. 38-33. Cascade. Make it 39 here. Yes. O'Brien off the front of the rim and down. The 6-point lead, Cascade. 50 seconds and counting. They got some good 3-point shooters. As we know, you've got to stay smart here. Here is Miller driving. He's stuck in the corner. He'll throw it left side. Baseline drive. Inside, Bronze almost dunks it, but just lays it over the top of the rim. They'll take their final timeout here as Bronze gets it within 4 as Evan Bronze with his 3rd field goal here in the second half. 39-35. Cascade just playing good, straight-up defense there, making Regina work for everything they had to get there. They found a wide open in the middle of the lane as the Cougars lead by 4.
I think Coach Brendel's going to let them have the 2-point. They're going to guard the 3-point line, and as you can see on that play there, they would not give up an easy 3. They gave up the easy 2, but it took them 15 to 20 seconds, and that's what Cascade wants. Let's burn the clock.
Take the time off the scoreboard here. No reason to stop it. Up by 4, 39-35. As the last check was a 4-point lead for Beckman with 1:23 in the game. As the Cougars, 39-35, trying to get to their 8th sub-state in a row. As the Cougars lead by 4, Huffman will inbound it. 38 seconds to go. Going the length of the floor. They get an inbounds to O'Brien. Trying to foul. No foul was called. O'Brien over the time. Now he'll get sandwiched in between Regina players there. O'Brien will go back to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, I'm shocked they didn't foul him right away.
I think they tried. Bronze tried on the sideline right in front of the Regina bench, and a kind of a lazy swipe from behind. The backside official didn't give it to him.
Yeah, they didn't, and they were calling it earlier. And at that point in the game, I don't think they're going to call a cheap one.
As O'Brien with the first free throw, he'll have one more. Gannon O'Brien, a perfect 5 for 5 from the line tonight. He comes in a 64% free throw shooter. So Bryant puts his team up by 5, trying to make it 6 here. And he does. Gannon O'Brien, 6 for 6 from the line. He's got 10 points, 6-point lead, 41-35, 30 seconds. And the Cougar fans can smell a trip to the Sub-State game on Saturday night. Hopefully taking on Beckman, their rivals, who are up by 4 in that game against Waukon. Here's a 3, good. But no timeouts remaining. No timeouts remaining here. Miller with the 3 ball, 41-38. They get the ball into Supel. Supel almost fouled. He gets it back. A foul going to be called. A reach-in foul called on Regina. And we go back the other way. Shooting 2 here will be Cascade.
What are we shooting
As Supel will be shooting 2 on the line here. Johnny Supel 0 for 1 so far in the game. He's got himself 7 points. As no good off the front of the rim that time. One more coming. Still a 3-point game. 9.2 to go. Not out of the fire yet here for the Cougars. Only up by 3. This one is a big free throw. Supel gets it to go. Johnny Supel with the free throw. And Coach Brendel will call a timeout. He'll have 1 remaining as Cascade will talk things over here. Be smart. Don't foul. 42-38. You're up by 4. Especially don't foul on a 3-point shooter here.
Swish, you're exactly right. Do not foul. You've got, if they make the bucket on a 3, you've got at least 5 seconds to get that ball in. So they have to get the ball down, shoot, and score within 4 seconds. If they don't do that, the Cougars will win the basketball game. But the key right now, Coach Brendel's talking, do not foul on a 3-point attempt.
Also, the reminder, if you get the ball back here on a turnover, you have 1 timeout remaining if you get in trouble. So 1 timeout remaining for the Cougars, done for Regina. 4-point lead, 42-38, 9.2 on the clock. Waiting for a final from Epworth here. The Blazers were ahead by 4. Last check with a minute to go. Cascade up 4 here, 9.2. Now over the timeline. Miller for the 3. Can't get it to go out the backside. Rebounded by O'Brien. There it is. Cascade going back to a sub-state final. 8th season in a row. They get the victory. 42-38. A hard-fought ball game. One that featured 11 lead changes and 6 ties. Cascade wins by 4, 42-38. What an effort.
What a game. Look at these kids going through the line. Look at the respect they give for each other. Just amazing.
A lot of great athletes on this court, not just basketball. You're talking football. You're talking baseball. Tremendous athletes and championship caliber athletes here on both of these rosters as Cougars get the 4-point win.
Boy, and you got to feel bad for Iowa City Regina. They played one heck of a game. You know, they came out, they tried to wear the Cougars down, playing 10 guys. Coach Brendel used 6. The key, I think, for the Cougars tonight was the bench play.
Yes.
By one gentleman, Reed Roush. Roush had 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 points. That was key for the Cougars, and he brought energy with him when he came off the bench.
No doubt, as the Cougars get the win. 42-38, advance on to play on Saturday night as a 4-point victory. We'll tell you who they play. Hopefully Beckman held on so we can have a good old Highway 136 rivalry Saturday night in Manchester. What an atmosphere that would be. Again, the 2 teams met in the district final. It took 3 overtimes to decide it last year, with Cascade coming out on top. The 4-point win for the Cougars. Our postgame starts next. This is Cascade postseason basketball from KMCH Sports. And we're back inside Maquoketa High School Gymnasium. John Swisher, Matt Dobbins, statistician Tom Swisher here tonight from Jackson County as Cascade gets a thrilling victory, 42-38. Talk about a thriller. Beckman holds off Waukon. They win by 2, 62-60 tonight. So it sets up another meeting in the postseason for Beckman and Cascade boys basketball. As the Cougars ended Beckman's season, they've done that a few times here over the years. And we'll have specific numbers when we get all our homework done for Saturday night. But Cascade gets the win here tonight as they move on with a 22-2 mark. They end Iowa City Regina season at 18-4. The 42-38 win here tonight as Beckman gets the 62-60 victory, holding off a scrappy Northeast Iowa Conference Waukon team. Beckman was ahead by 4 with a minute to go. They held on to win by 2, 62-60. Coach Mike Maloney in his first season getting the Blazers back to a sub-state game where they were a few years ago as Beckman gets a victory here tonight over Waukon, as you heard it with Bill Logan on KMCH.com. Cascade, the 4-point victory here, 42-38 in this hostile environment. Big, huge Cascade faithful crowd on hand. Regina brought a good contingency as well. Not as many as the Cougar faithful, though, and the Cougars get the 42-38 win here tonight. And it couldn't be postseason boys basketball unless we have a Beckman-Cascade game to decide it and to send one of the teams on to state. What an atmosphere that will be inside Cedar Gymnasium at West Delaware High School, as I'm glad it's there. There was talk that it was going to be at a different site, but I'm glad it's back in Manchester on Saturday night. And what an environment that will be Saturday evening, a chance for a trip to state on the line.
What else would you want? A game between the Cougars and the Blazers from Dyersville-Beckman. You know, Coach Maloney will really want this one. He actually went to junior high in Cascade, went to Aquin Catholic Junior High, then went to Beckman High School, on to the University of Iowa, and then he was assistant up at Beckman, and now he's the head coach. And it'd be nothing more sweeter than him to beat the Cougars. But, you know, Coach Brendel will have the Cougars ready to roll with their experience, starting 4 seniors and 1 junior.
That experience and that composure guided them to the 4-point win here tonight. We talked about that. How would the younger players from Regina respond late in the game when it was tight? They had a lead for a majority of that between the late second quarter and the third quarter. Cascade will tie it up late third at 26 heading into the fourth. And the contest that had 11 lead changes and 6 ties, the Cougars really clamped down. Brock Simon picking up his foul with under 5 minutes to go. He had a huge bucket there in that run in the fourth quarter. And the Cougars get the 4-point win here tonight. And what an atmosphere it was. Coach Jake Brendel on his way up to talk in our postgame here as the 1998 graduate of Western Dubuque High School ecstatic to get the Cougars back to a sub-state game. As we will take another timeout, get Coach Brendel settled in here as the Cougars get the win. 42-38 here tonight. Beckman also wins 62-60 over Waukon in Epworth. Sets up the old battle of Cascade and Beckman on Saturday night at West Delaware High School in Manchester. We're back after this with KMCH Sports. Welcome back in to the Coconut High School Gymnasium. John Swisher along with Matt Nauman in our postgame. Jake Brindle, the line head coach of the Cascade Cougars in his second year, trying to get back to his second state appearance, and a sub-state final appearance it is on Saturday night now against the Beckman Blazers, who won by 2. Beckman held on. They were up by 4 with a minute to go. They held on 62-60 in that game. Wakanda fought their way back. The Indians in Repworth tonight, inside your alma mater of the Western Dubuque High School. But Cascade gets this win here tonight. Boy, you fought the whole way in this game. What a contest it was early on. How'd the game plan work out in your mind? You had a 3-point lead after quarter one.
No, actually, that first quarter was almost maybe a little too high scoring for our liking. You know, we didn't mind get up to 13 or something in the first quarter. We thought they were getting maybe a little too easy looks. I just think defensively, we just locked up, I think, the rest of that game. It played out. We kind of wanted to keep it 40s, 50-ish. You know, you look at their scores, being such an offensively talented team. They burst off 15, 17-0 runs, and all these last games are going on. They're shooting for 3 the last 5 games. That our whole goal on defense was limit any open shots, limit runs. Any open shots, limit runs. And offensively, the first half was a little bit of a slugfest. You know, second quarter kind of grinded to a halt a little bit. We missed some shots that we normally make. We also credit Regina. I mean, they're so athletic. Those athletes out in Iowa City, you know, and they were just getting after us and taking some stuff away. And that's just kind of tournament basketball for you, though.
We talked about after the game, when you look at the quality of athletes on this floor tonight, not just basketball, you're talking baseball and football. Astonishing amount of talent and athletes here tonight. And you feel bad for those Regina kids. Your kids able to fight their way through, get the 4-point win as down the stretch there. Midway through that fourth quarter, Brock Simon being very unselfish with that fourth foul. We talked about that. Man, that was a huge thing for him to do, to save the layup at that time. And then he came back in and got a huge basket after he sat out. You only sat him out a minute or so, came back in, and that's the kind of team effort it took by everybody involved tonight, putting the team first.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that foul. That's a foul that you almost pride us. You can't give up a layup. No matter if you're 3 fouls, 4 fouls. And actually, Derek Kopus had one of those in the first half, and Gannon O'Brien did too. If those guys don't make those plays, kind of go in and challenge those guys toward the rim rather than conceding a layup, we might not win the game. And those are things that go into winning big-time games. And you know, Brock came out almost more to give him a rest a little bit. And he gets pretty jacked up out there, kind of cool him a little bit. And then, but defensively, he hounded Miller all night, hounded Kirshen all night, and he expended a lot of energy at night up top up there. And they have to. Our guards, the saying goes, they guard everything, guard all the guys. And you know, Brock and Derek both did a fantastic job on top of that, zone, just chasing guys, hounding them, not giving anything easy.
Harris Huffman was plagued with a little foul trouble early on. He had an off night offensively, but did a lot of good things, of course, rebounding and played solid defense. Other guys stepping up with 2 in the double-digit column with Johnny Supel and Gannon O'Brien. Johnny came alive in that second half. He's had 8 of his 10 points there. So, again, the kids stepping up when they needed to.
Absolutely.
And finding the way to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we emphasize, you got to be able to play through all plays, whether a play of success or a play of adversity. If something goes wrong or something goes great, your next play is going to be the same. You can't let that influence, you know. Johnny missed some shots early, and I think he was pressing a little bit. You know, he had some chance to make plays, and their help side got him a couple times and got him out of whack a little. He said, just relax. Just see what's there. We put in more of a screener role in the second half. That got him going. He screened and popped, got a 3, I think. They came more of a cutter, got a bucket off the cut. And that's what good players do. You know, you just respond through the course of the game. You have to get better within the game sometimes. And Gannon O'Brien, too, absolutely. Gannon's huge for us. You know, Gannon struggled with the shot a little bit early in the year, but toward the end of the year against Northeast last game of the year, he shot it really well. We had a big scrimmage against North Lynn. He shot it really well that day, too. And he's kind of finding his groove a little bit. He goes down and he makes 4 free throws down the stretch. And that's what captains do. That's what senior guys do. And, you know, that's just what these guys do. Just understand it won't be pretty, but you got to win one more possession throughout the course of the game than they do, and that's what we did.
Yes, indeed. As this program now 6 times, 22 or more wins in the last 6 seasons, as 22-1, they advance on to Saturday night to take on the Beckman Blazers, and why not have a Beckman Cascade matchup again in
basketball season, baseball season? Why not?
Yes, indeed. As this is where we are. The Battle of 136 will be in Manchester on Saturday night. And I'm not sure too many hearts can take it if we had another triple overtime thriller like we did in that district final inside that same gymnasium last year that the Cougars prevailed in. But what an atmosphere and environment,
great.
And a good portion of some of Jones and Dubuque counties will be there on Saturday night.
You'll find a lot of Eastern Iowa. There's a lot of guys that always wind up in gym stays, old coaches and old fans. You're going to see a lot of those guys, I think, down the road on Highway 20 stretch there in Delaware or Manchester. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Galen kid he's one of the best big guys around, in my opinion. Bennett can shoot it from anywhere. Krantz has been heating up lately. The Oberdeen kid, he's a horse. I mean, and they've gotten better. That's what teams do, and you get better. Hopefully we got better, and we'll go blow to blow and see what happens.
Yes, indeed. Sub-state final Saturday night. We'll have it for you right here from KMCH. Congratulations on the win, getting to the 8th sub-state in program history in a row here. And we wish you the best of luck. We'll see you Saturday night in Manchester.
Awesome. Thank you, Swish.
You betcha. Jake Brindle, the fine head coach of the Cascade Cougars. His team gets the victory here tonight, 42-38, as we break down this game. And we'll get ready to send you on your way on this Wednesday night as Cascade, with a 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter, 13-10. Regina came back and outscored the Cougars 9-5 with a 1-point lead at halftime for Regina, 19-18. As Cascade led Regina by a point in that third quarter. As the fourth quarter score started 26-all, Cascade outscored the Runner Eagles 16-12 in that fourth quarter for the 4-point win, 42-38. 6 ties, 11 lead changes in this game, as the largest advantage of the night for Cascade was 6 at one point. For Regina, it was 4. Offensively, individually, for the Cougars, led by Johnny Supel with 10. Gannon O'Brien had 10 as well. 9 for Brock Simon, 6 for Derek Kopis, 4 for Harris Huffman, and 2 for Reed Roush. For Iowa City Regina, 14 for Mason Miller, the sophomore, 13 for Evan Bronze, as 3 points for Jacoa Kirshen, as 2 points for Zach Seaman. Jake Phillips had 4, and Nick Wagner, the sophomore, off the bench, had 2 as well. So 15 bench points for Iowa City. Regina and the Cougars with the bench points had 2 off the right hand of Reed Roush, as we talked about him doing so much more. Very active in there with 6 players playing tonight here for Coach Brindle, Coach Roman Hummel, Eric D'Souza, Nate McMullen, and Chad Gale. Congratulations to the coaching staff and the entire Cascade boys basketball family as they get back to a sub-state final on Saturday night. And final thoughts here, Matty.
Oh, just an outstanding atmosphere, outstanding high school basketball game. And if you ever get a chance to come watch a basketball game, come down to Maquoketa. This is state-of-the-art facility for a high school gym. You couldn't ask for a better atmosphere tonight.
The gymnasium wrapping up its 10th season here. It started in 2008 that this building was built as Maquoketa High School Gymnasium, thanks to Tom Grunwald, the fine PA announcer here at Maquoketa with some Cascade roots, Temple Hill roots. Bob Gavin on the mic down here. Classy guy. We're always good to see him when we come down here and cover athletics in Maquoketa as the Cascade Cougars get the victory here tonight, 42-38. Thanks in studio producer Ashley Vick and Mike Johnson back at the controls of the station as well, as the Cougars get the 4-point win here tonight, 42-38, and advance on the sub-state final on Saturday night, thanks to statistician Tom Swisher and Matt Nauman as my color partner tonight. Cascade ends Iowa City Regina's season. The Cougars move on at 22-1. Iowa City Regina falls at 18-4 and ends their campaign. That sets up the matchup of Cascade and Beckman on Saturday night. Beckman winning the District 7 championship with a 62-60 win over Waukon tonight in Epworth. Cascade, the 42-38 win here over Iowa City Regina to wrap up the District 8 title. As our basketball coverage continues tomorrow night here from KMCH Sports, we'll have 2 games for you. West Delaware boys basketball, Class 3A style second round as they take on the Marion Indians tomorrow night. Bill Logan and I will be inside Cedar Gymnasium as the Indians come to town. Should be a good matchup there. They met 2 weeks ago. Marion did not have their best player, Chase Zielke. The Hawks' second leading scorer, Tyler Kelly, was out of that game, and Derek Krugman, that was a week that he was sick with influenza B. So it should be an intriguing matchup tomorrow night. And, of course, online we'll have Kevin Shookman and Roger Wright live from Olwine as Edco, the boys basketball team, at 19-4, the best record in program history for the Edco boys since the 64-65 season, as Edco will take on Wapsie Valley, trying to get to a sub-state game, the first ever in program history, as they'll do that Thursday night in Olwine. as that'll be our coverage tomorrow night live on KMCH and KMCH.com, West Delaware boys basketball, and on KMCH.com, that EDCO boys basketball contest. We'll have Northland and Lisbon updates for you from Cedar Rapids Kennedy High School as well on Thursday night. Saturday night, it will depend on our Class 1A teams, how they fare for sure from KMCH Sports. We'll have this Beckman and Cascade game from Manchester on Saturday night. That's going to do it here tonight. John Swisher saying once again the finals, Beckman beats Wacon 62-60, and here it was Cascade getting to their 8th sub-state appearance in a row with the 42-38 win. So long, everybody, from Maquoketa, Iowa.